at all, and welcome to my program. I still remain Morph Ojo. My name is Morph Ojo, and then welcome to my program, my Bits and Physics on Hypertech Media. How are you guys? My care at home, how are you guys doing? I believe you've had a very good day. How are your clients? How are you doing? I believe you're doing very well. You've been doing what I usually do, and I believe that you won't do what I wouldn't do. So how are you guys? Yeah, we're back again tonight. And what are we back for? We're back for a normal thing, bits and pieces, where I usually give out, dish out idea, advice on how to go about your work without making any mistakes, without crossing the red line. So, as I always said, whenever I started this program, I actually created this program in order to support everybody who are working in the care setup, especially people within the domiciliary care setup. There are a lot of things that is beyond your training. Yeah, you might receive the training, but there are little things that, okay, due to the pressures, you might not know that, okay, what you're actually doing is wrong. Yeah, no matter how good your training is, no matter how detailed your training is, there are few things that comes with experience, that comes with your day-to-day activities as you go on, you tend to gather these things together. That comes with somebody being in that field for a long period of time. That comes with knowing what the client, the social services, the NHS, even your company actually needed. So, and then that is why I've been coming in just to give you all those bits and pieces. And what do we have today? We have no other course. What I want to discuss today is what I've discussed before, but I believe recently I've been hearing a lot of things and I've witnessed a lot of things. So I said, okay, it's better for me to come down here and do this program again. Probably or possibly a lot of people will then get to know how to handle such issues. So what is that program I'm talking about? What is the topic I'm talking about? That is failed entry. I believe we all know what we call failed entry. Some people, there are a lot of, if you are working in domiciliary care setup, you might even have a policies that guided you on what you have to do. But most of the time, people still fall into the trap of actually going against the policies and procedures of the organization. So all these things is what I have in mind to correct today, to tell you what you have to do, what you need to do when such a thing happens. But before I go forward, what is really failed entry? Failed entry is just so simple. From the word, from that particular topic, failed entry, that is when you're unable to get access to your client. That is what they call failed entry. You're unable to get access to enter into your client's house due to different reasons. It might be due to whatever reason. That is what they call failed entry. I will still come in details. So when this happens, what should you do as a carer? Let's say this is your first call of the day. You go to a client's house and usually you knock the door and they open the door for you. But on this particular day, you go there and then you knock the door, but no one is opening the door for you. So what, as a carer, what is the next thing for you to do? Failed entry might occur as a result of a lot of things. There might be an accident at the other side of the door, meaning inside the house. There might be an accident. Even the person that usually opened the door to you might have even passed away. Anybody could pass away in time. So might have even passed away. They might even having an issue with themselves. So that might be one. Two, maybe it's the same client that usually open the door for you, and maybe they're trying to stand up overnight, and then they fell, and then that was it. So that is another reason. Another reason is that, okay, there might be an issue overnight and then they have to take them to the hospital. Maybe you do not know, nobody have informed you yet. So that might be another reason. Another reason is that they might not even be in that house. They've gone somewhere else. maybe you have an elderly person who, okay, the children just comes, okay, want my dad or want my mom to come with me, and then they have to take their mom into their own house. But because it's too late, by that time they're unable to inform you on time, and then they will be waiting for the following morning to inform you. There are a series of things that could happen. They might even be taken to the hospital. You don't know. But as a carer, what is your responsibility within that particular moment? My experience, or what I've been hearing around, is that people go to a client's house, they knock the door, and then they leave that place, they quickly go to another client's house in order to attend to them, because they feel that, okay, they'll be wasting much of their time here. If you are the kind of carer that does that, please stop. Stop. I believe even if it is your boss or your coordinators or whoever is your line manager that asks you to leave, always trying to stay behind to find out where your client is. As I said earlier on, you don't know what is happening at the other side of the door. You go to a client's house, you're not there, they're not there. Please, you're unable to get access. Please, you must find a way out. If you have family members' phone, you call them immediately. That is the first point of contact, because they'll be able, you call your office, your office might get access straight to family member in order to call them, because they'll be able to give you a clearer picture of what is going on. Those clients cannot just leave house if they've not been doing that before, and then you call the family and they said they are not with us. Definitely it is either they are in the hospital or something already happened at the other side of the door. It is either two. Once you call family member will be able to tell you immediately. You don't need to waste your time. All these things will be clarified within minutes, within 2-3 minutes. You know where you are. That 2-3 minutes that it will take you will save you 2-3 years of litigation sometimes. That 2-3 minutes that you spare in order to find out, okay, let me call this my office or whoever, or your coordinators or whoever is that on the on-call, or if it is during the office hour, you call them. If you're unable to gain access, and then they give you the details, or somebody from the office actually call the family member, okay, our carer have been to the house, your mom or your dad is not there. Are they with you? They are not here. Boom, immediately you hear that. The next steps to do is just to call the police and fire services. Either side. Either side. You don't need to waste time. Because sometimes that your action could save somebody's life. Yeah, that's your action. That quick action that you've taken could save somebody's life. You don't know. They might even have seen somebody who even went down with stroke. It's just that little time that the carer have got to quickly call. Okay, this is what is going on. Okay, let's call the daughter. Call the daughter. The daughter said, no, they're not here. They should be inside there. And the same carer have been attending to this client for the last 3 or 4 years. Meaning, and this thing, such situation has never happened before. Then something must have happened. Something must have happened. It's either they overslept, they're unable to open the door, or something bad had already happened at the other side of the door. Sometimes police, they'll be agitating, even the fire service, because they don't really want to come out, break somebody's door down. They want you to be sure of what you are saying. You're telling them that, okay, you've been there, nobody is there, or you're unable to get access, or those stuff. You have to just stand your ground. Stand your ground, because whenever you get yourself into trouble, or this same set of people are the one that will ask you question, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? Call the police immediately, call the fire service immediately, if possible, call them to come down and knock the door down. You shouldn't waste that time. But nowadays, I see carer who goes to a client's house and immediately they do not find them out. They go to other client's house. It is not good, it is not right. you are calculating, you are putting 1 plus 1, calculating your hours. If you get into trouble, a little trouble, you will forget that, okay, you'll be even been given other clients to do. I bet you. You will forget that you have other clients to do. They'll be asking you one question, you'll be answering them 10, giving them 10 answers at the same time because of the pressure. You don't need to give yourself any stress. I always tell my career, the hour we comes together, the money we comes together. Just do the right thing. You can imagine the people that we actually deal with, they are vulnerable people. Anything could happen to them. Anything. Even somebody who is able and agile could just maybe at a fall, could even just slump and die. Anything could happen. Sometimes people slumped, but because people are around, they are able to save their life. You going there as early as possible could be a saving grace for all these people. But imagine when they needed you most, you just turned back to go another client's house. That time that you actually wasted could have cost them their life. But maybe that little time that you've called the ambulance, you've called everybody, and then they come in, could have saved their life. So whenever you go to your client's house, make sure that you find out where they are. And imagine again, let me just put it another scenario. A scenario whereby you usually go to your client's house around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. You go there because you're unable to get access and you went away. And by around, let's say by 8:30 or 10 o'clock, family member now arrived. Let's say around 8:30 or 9 o'clock, family member now arrived. And then forced the door down and then they met their dead body. Do you think what would be in their head is that if that time that you arrive, you'll have done something, there's possibility their loved one will still be around. And they will be ready to go to the end with you because it is a sort of negligence on your part. I don't care attitude. Because if you really care, somebody that been opening the door for you all this while, somebody that been the one welcoming you into their house as early as that 8 o'clock, and then you go in there, they're unable to open the door for you because you think, okay, they're not there or they're still sleeping, and then you will come back. I don't know whether it never click in your head is that, okay, this thing has never happened to them before, so something strange must have happened. It doesn't take you to pick your phone and call somebody. It doesn't even take somebody within 2 to 3 minutes. Immediately you ask, are they there? They will tell you whether they are there or what happened. What has transpired between that yesterday that you left there and this morning, or between the morning calls and the lunch call, between the lunch call and tea calls or talk tea calls and back call. They will have informed you. Okay, sorry, we forgot to inform you. This is what happened. They've been taken to the hospital or they went away with my sister or my brother. All those stuff, they will tell you. But in the sense that you just call them and they tell you, no, I saw them yesterday night. I saw him yesterday night or I saw her yesterday. Then something should click immediately that, okay, something must have happened. Sometimes I've recently, I could remember calling a police officer because they've looked for the client. This one is even able. The wife realized that, okay, he walked away somewhere since yesterday and they couldn't find him. And the police officer was telling me, okay, you should go and look for the person first before I should leave my office to go and look for some. I know it's your responsibility to do. Even by the time that I even called you, I called, the call went a bit funny like this between me and him. I told people I called back, and the other police officer that actually picked the call was so surprised that for real, yes, for real, somebody did that. They're trying to push it to you, but when there is problem or there are problems at the end of the day, they swing it back to you. They swing it back to you. So you have to make sure that you're on top of your game. You're on top of your game. Don't leave the place. Don't leave. Make sure that you find out what really happened. They are your clients. They are your services. They are somebody that you attend to, you relate with. So how or not you leave them, you leave the area to go to another client. What if after you've done that one and you come back and then they tell you that, okay, the family member have they've arrived, they've knocked the door down, they've made their body on the floor. How do you want to feel? How will you feel? Because that will be the beginning of a real mess. Beginning of a real mess. This is not something this is what I had experience of life. This is life experience. I'm telling you, when carer goes to the clients and they couldn't meet him at home, no, they were unable to get access. Instead of them to inform the office, this is what is going on, they left the place because they believe that, okay, that is how you usually do. It will just go out. Sometimes it won't be at home. So the second day they went there, the same thing happened, they just went away. Never put your trust in what happened the other day. Today is another day. Always find out where they are. Always find out. Even if that is their normal way of doing things. If usually they will not even stay at home, they will just walk out. Always find out where they are. Because it's usually the day that you failed. You failed to raise an issue. That is usually the day that something bad will happen to them. This one I'm telling you, the man usually still at home. Sometimes you just go out. He's a very agile man. Nobody disturb him. He will just go out on his own. He's not that, that is about 60 something. He was unable to do everything by himself, apart from, okay, just for the carer to go there, that to make sure that, okay, he actually takes his medication. That's all. All other things, the man was on top of everything. So he goes out, he mingles with people around. Carer went there, they knocked the door, they were unable to meet him. They didn't meet him at home, they went away. The second time they went there, they couldn't meet him, they went away. So it was the daughter who just thought, no, it's unusual of my dad not to call me. And then by the time that one just called, nobody picked the call, just took a car, went there, and unfortunately for him, break the door down, he just met his lifeless body there. So the last 2 days, we had the carers. It's as good that the carers actually let him down. It's as good as carer let him down. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. Even at the end of the day, when coroner's okay, the natural death, but somebody will have picked it up on time. Don't leave your client's house. Even forget about it. I'm telling you, forget about whatever advice that you came from your coordinators, from your managers, from whoever. Because when the ships are down, this set of people, the same person that advised you to leave will deny that they advised you to advise you to leave. They will deny that they advised you to leave. And another thing I want to tell you guys, it is around that one, is the way you relate with whoever the other side of the phone. I mean your coordinators, your managers. Don't go to somebody's house and then you send in text, this person is not around. Send it text. Are you telling me the life of that person only WhatsApp text messages? You need to be on your phone, call somebody, find out where that person is. Text message is not a means of communication in social care. You need to speak to somebody. When you speak to somebody, you then use your text message to back yourself up. So people will know that, okay, as I usually advise people, we can, with this line, further to our telephone conversation. This. People realize that, okay, you've already had a telephone conversation with this person. But when you just wake up and then you send a text to somebody, you don't even know where their phone are. You don't even know whether they have their mobile phone with them. Sometimes they do even drop their mobile something and do something else. Sometimes they are still in bed when that thing happened. Sometimes they are in bathroom. So they always check, okay, somebody have called, somebody did not call. You just send a text message. How do you want them to handle that kind of a situation? If you're really doing the right thing, if you really know your job is to make sure that you speak to somebody. Pick up your phone, call somebody. Sometimes I hear the excuses like, I do not have credit. I just don't know how to put that one into perspective. I don't into the context of what, because if you are working and you're unable to relate back to your office, then you shouldn't be doing the job. This is the job of communication. It's about communication. A lot of feedbacks here, left and right. Talk to you relay back, you feedback your colleagues, you feedback your offices, you feedback everybody around you. the family member, all those stuff. You have to be on the phone with them. You have to be around calling people, telling people what actually happened. You go to a place and then you're unable to communicate with people at the other side. And then you only communicate, and sometimes people send through WhatsApp. Some people don't even have WhatsApp. I don't even have WhatsApp on my phone. WhatsApp is not a means of communication with this. I don't know your organization, maybe your organization deal with WhatsApp. And there are a lot of, maybe that is the next topic I will treat next week. We're talking about confidentiality, and most organizations, they are now dealing with confidentiality on their WhatsApp, that it is, everybody knows what is happening to another client. I don't want to go into much detail. If I'm your services and you are coming to me, and you've got another client, another colleague who have never been to me, they should not know anything about me, because I've not given them the consent to know much about me, apart from your organization. Then when you now put that thing on your WhatsApp, I don't want to go into details. Probably next week I will go into details. WhatsApp should never be a means of communication whereby you put everything there. Even before they come to me, somebody that have never even been to my house, that know where my house, they know my problem, know my diagnosis, know everything about me. And I've not given them the consent to know about me. But you've gone out there to put everything on your WhatsApp. So let me put it on that. What I want to say is that when you are communicating because you're unable, you couldn't find your clients at home, WhatsApp is not a means of communication. Pick up your phone and call directly. You said you call on WhatsApp where your client is, where your managers are, there is no network there. And then you said, okay, you try to call them. That is call them on a normal phone, on a network phone. Call them straight. Call them. That is, then you'll be able to know that, okay, you're able to reach to the other side. Some organizations don't even want it. They hate it with passion that, okay, you call, everything you're using is WhatsApp. You call on your network phone. Call them, call your managers, call your coordinators, call whoever you need to call, your family member. Let them know, ask the question. Don't get yourself into trouble. One of the, as I said, on the reason that I would actually create this content is just to make sure that I tell you those bits and pieces that you need to put together with whatever training that you receive, and then you put these things together, because sometimes this is not, yeah, there's a lot of people who said it's common sense. There's no, forget about common sense. Our senses are not common. But what is a usual thing to do? If I send you an errand to somebody to go, and if you didn't find that person at home, you will not just, yeah, you could go somewhere, play, and then come back. Social care is totally different thing. Everything deals with time. Everything deals with time. That little times that you spare could cost somebody's life. Okay, let me quickly go somewhere. By the time you go to that place, you come back, it might not be the same again. I've had another issue, another experience that one of the carers, yeah, went to a client's house, couldn't find anybody. She actually met her in the morning. Okay, fine. And then the afternoon, and then she was nowhere to be found. So, and then she was about to leave when she realized that, okay, when I was trained, they said I shouldn't leave or do everything. And then she dig deeper. And for that little period that she dig deeper, called the police, and the police just jump over the fence, broke the door down, and then they realized that this lady there is inside, almost going. They had to call an ambulance everywhere, all those stuff, before the air ambulance actually came to took her away. That is how bad the situation was. So it's just that little time. Imagine that she left to go away and come back. She might just met a lifeless body there. But our proactiveness, our training skills, our know-how just setting, and she was able to change things around for the lady. Sometimes it might not be so. That's why I'm telling you guys, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Do the right thing at the right time. Don't rely on, okay, that is how I usually do. It doesn't stay at home. It will go away. because you're going late tonight. Just pick up your phone, even if you are running late. Just, as I said, even if you are going to attend to that client, most of you don't even spend all the hours. You still spare yourself about 7 to 10 minutes. Let's say 7 to 8 minutes. You still spare yourself. That 7-8 minutes that you will use that 8 minutes to clarify everything. Less than 8 minutes. Our not it will take 8 minutes. You get there. You will. Sometimes I listen to carers and I've been by the door knocking for the last 30 minutes. Come on, don't tell me what is not. Can you just be staying somewhere knocking for 30 minutes, and then when you time it, then that's what it is, then you realize that you need to call your office. So if you are going to your house and you forget your key somewhere, you will still be looking for that key for the next 10 minutes before you realize that, okay, let me even ask where I was coming from, whether I left my key. Immediately something just set in that, okay, I forgot my key somewhere. I might have forgot my key where I was coming from. And then you call them immediately. You won't wait for 30 minutes. So all this kind of a thing, people just think that they could lie that kind of way. People you are dealing with are much more intelligent than yourself. So they always know what to do, what went wrong, how you went about it. They always know it. You can, if I need to supervise you for that kind of a thing, of an incident, I will surely wait for you, and then I will just open your eye up to let you know that, okay, there are flaws in your defense, and there's nothing you can do. So let's do what is right. To do the right thing, it's much more even easier not to do the right thing. That's why sometimes I don't just get it, why people always tend not to do the right thing. To do the right thing is much more easier than not to do the right thing. Because if you don't do the right thing, immediately you receive a call from your workplace, your mind will just go straight to the bad thing that you did. But if you've done the right thing, you pick up the phone, any problem, or this, hello, how can I help? People will be able to attend to, okay. You then realize that you've not even been thinking of that, but immediately you do it, your mind will not be at rest. It's even tougher for you not to do the right thing. It's easier for you to do the right thing. And you forget about that thing and you move on. Even if anybody raises an allegation against you that is not correct, by the time you explain everything, you just clarify everything and you just go. But when you are wrong, you continue to find lies to cover yourself. And at the end of the day, all your lies will just be pieces, taken into pieces, and then you don't have anywhere to hide. So, my brothers and sisters out there, my colleagues, please, whenever you go to your client's house and they're not there, make sure you find them. Look for them. Make the right calls, make the right telephone calls. Do all the clarification. Make sure that you click, okay, this is where they are. They might not even need you for that day. But you coming down around that time might even be a sort of help to them. That is why I'm telling you, I don't want you to be in trouble. These are the little things that put people into trouble. Because that kind of a thing can be easily aligned with neglect. And anything that is aligned with neglect, it could go to the police investigation. And when police investigation is going to, into the court, you've been taken to court. At the end of the day, we just realize that in public interest. So they need to escalate the issues. I don't want that for you. So I'll be stopping here today. As I said, I'll be coming back next week to discuss something about WhatsApp and then confidentiality. So how a lot of you guys are breaking on the confidentiality rules and indirectly, and this thing could boomerang. So until next week, just don't do what I won't do. And what I won't do, I will not just